Hi guys, thanks for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jasmine Cherie. I am an intuitive messenger. I do different pick a card readings here on YouTube. Today or tonight or whenever you may be watching, we're going to do something a little differently. I do full moon and new moon readings, as you can see in the description box below. So this time I wanted to kind of invite you into the way that I guess celebrate or honor the full moon and the new moon. Um, and I wanted to share a ritual with you guys. So feel free to participate in the ritual. I want to talk a little bit about this full moon in Gemini. And at the end of the video, I am going to do a full moon in Gemini pick a card reading. So stick around. Like, comment, subscribe, please. And if you would like to book any further readings with me, all of my information is below. All of the offerings, the pricing, as well as my email address for contact. All right. So now, this full moon in Gemini. So Gemini is about communication, the flow of communication, also the way that we receive communication. So there's the listening aspect to that. I got my little notes here, honey. And it is about connection. Now, interesting enough, making this video has been a bit challenging. And the energy, the Gemini energy, this connection energy, and the blockage that I have felt already is very indicative and evident of this full moon, this upcoming full moon. I'm already feeling the energy, but it's okay because it's about awareness, right? Now, Gemini, we often think of Gemini as people say, oh, Geminis are crazy. Geminis have split personality. But what people are referring to is this, they call it the Gemini twin. So Geminis can have this hot and cold or hot or cold personality, right? And it can switch, in a moment, right? So you can expect to experience some degree of that during this full moon time because there is so much going on with the planets at this time. I'm not even going to pretend to understand it all. I'm not an I don't do astrology. I don't do numerology, right? But I have an appreciation for astrology and numerology. So we are going to talk about it briefly in this video because, I mean, that's where we get our understanding of the full moon, the new moon, and the other lunar cycles and phases that the moon goes through. It is astrology, right? So in addition to the full moon in Gemini, we have this Saturn, Pluto, Venus conjunction going on. Like I said, I'm not going to pretend to really understand it. But what I know is that it is bringing an intense level of energy to be combined right here with this full moon in Gemini, right? So we have that going on in Capricorn. We have this full moon in Gemini. So there's all of this energy at play during this full moon. This full moon is going to be very active, right? And we're going to experience that hot, cold emotion, right? And we're going to have to constantly check in with ourselves. What is our frequency, right? Where does our consciousness sit, right? Because it's going to bring up anything that may be hidden, but so any subconscious behaviors, right, is what I'm trying to say. Any old patterns, right? You're going to want to revert back to similar ways of being because that's our comfort zone, right? That's the status quo that we've set for ourselves. It's going to be very comfortable and easy to just revert back to something that may not necessarily be beneficial to us because this full moon in Gemini is going to bring up some of those insecurities. We have to be on top of that, and we're going to have to constantly check in with ourselves to see where we are on an energetic level, right? So in those moments where you may feel cold, so to speak, it's okay. You don't even have to take it personally, although it's your personal experience. Understand that this is what the energy is presenting and just observe, right? Like, remove yourself from the situation and just examine it. Examine the energy. Examine where you are energetically. Just examine, right? Take observation. It's about self-awareness at this time, right? And then decide how you're going to shift. So whenever these moments come up and you start to feel cold or whatever the case may be, pause, examine it. Allow the feeling to carry itself out, right? And then move about your day, shifting the energy, right? And this can take as long as it needs to take. There's no need to rush this energy, okay? Then we have, we're going to talk a little bit more about that, but we have, from a numerological standpoint, this is crazy. I was watching, I forgot her name, another girl, she was talking about the full moon in Gemini. She was talking about the numerology aspect of it. So we have this full moon coming up on December 12th. That is 12/12, you guys. December is the 12th month. The full moon in Gemini will take place on the 12th day of the 12th month, right? Not only that, it is taking place in the 12th year. This is 2019, right? So when you add all those numbers up, 2 plus 0 is 2, plus 1 is 3, plus 9 is 12. So we have this full moon in Gemini taking place the 12th month on the 12th day in the 12th year, right? Get this. Then we have this full moon in Gemini taking place 12 minutes after the hour. It'll be 9:12 on Pacific time. So it'll actually take place on the 11th Pacific time. But then it'll be 12:12 East Coast. And then wherever else you may be in the world, you can do the conversion to get your time. But regardless, it's going to be the 12th minute after the hour, right? When it activates, when it kickstarts, right? So you have all of these 12s. This energy is so important. How you use it, what you gain from it, what you gather from it is so important. The self-care that you take yourself on, or that you invite into your space at this time, is very important, okay? Because it is going to be challenging. Gemini is not about stability, right? This is about learning, doing something new, learning something new about yourself, about other people. It is about multiple perspectives, right? So if there is a disagreement, take a step back, see the perspective, right? Because like I said, Geminis have this hot, cold personality. There's these two opposing perspectives at times, right? So this is the energy that is going to bring at this time, right? Why is it bringing up this energy? The full moon is always about letting go, release and letting go, shedding the dead weight, releasing what no longer serves you. And like I said, it's going to be very comfortable for you to revert back to old ways of thinking and old ways of being, right? But it is coming up for you to rise above it, not to sit in it and revert back to it. Recognize the pattern so that you can destroy it, so that you can strip it away, right? That is what we're going to be doing during this full moon time. Okay? Hope you guys are with me. Are you with me? Are you with me, Lions? What else do I want to say? Oh, another thing, because this is about communication. It is about learning. It is about skill set. It is about development. So there's this There's this growth, but it is a growth that comes from, like I said, there may be like a bit of resistance because you want to grow, but that old wiring will show up as a hindrance, right? So now that we're aware of this, we have an opportunity to prevent it. We can start to use preventative measures. So one of the things that you're going to be challenged to do at this time is to seek out help, to ask for help, to reach out. And that could be within yourself. This could be with you in spirit. And then this could be with you and other people, reaching out to the people who may be able to assist you, right? A lot of times we can have this independent way of being, right? This could just be from conditioning, from upbringing, from past and recent experiences. I don't need anybody, blah blah blah. But we are energetic beings. We are one, right? So there is this collaborative effort that we have to put forward to live a full life, right? And also to heal the planet, right? It's a collaborative effort. And a lot of times we go through life missing that component, right? And like I say, it's going to be easy to revert back. But this is a time that Spirit is calling us to step up. Step into the collaboration so that you can learn something new about yourself, about other people, about this planet, right? Because we all have to do our part to bring our own individual healing to this earth. And consciousness, to just on a collective level, is rising at this time. So we have to rise with it, right? And in that risation, if that's a word, there may be some uncomfortable moments, right? And this full moon may bring up some of those uncomfortable moments, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We have methods to help with that, right? That's what this ritual is about, right? And so let's talk about the ritual. So first I'm going to list the tools. And this is what I am doing. You can swap something out that may not work for you if you don't have certain things. That's fine. So it's not like mandatory, or it's like my ritual will be better than yours. Nothing like that at all. So first things first, you want to have some sort of cleansing or smudging tool. You can get the Palo Santo stick from any metaphysical store, crystal shop in your area. They also have these at Whole Foods. If there's in fact, I got these from Whole Foods. If there's a Whole Foods in your area, you can use that, or you can use sage, right? They have them in different various sizes, right? Now, if you do not have access to it, you cannot get it. It is okay. You can simply envision white cleansing light, cleansing your space, your aura, and then your space around you, right? If you don't have any cleansing tools, okay? And so then after your cleansing tools, I have this Florida water I use to also help cleanse my space. Again, it's not mandatory, but it is a great tool to have if you're able to get it. You can get it from any of your metaphysical shops. I think they may have this at Whole Foods too. I'm not sure though. And I just sort of wipe down whatever space that I'm working with, or I'll just sprinkle it like over my room. Or if I'm taking a spiritual bath, which we'll talk about in a minute, I'll use this Florida water. A simple white candle. You can get a candle specifically for this full moon that was sort of created with the lunar cycles. You can go to your different metaphysical stores and ask them, do you have any moon candles or something like that? Or you could just simply use a pure, simple white candle, which is what I have here. And all of these tools, I'm going to cleanse these tools to be used. So this, I'll take this label off, and the price tag, oh, maybe they took the price tag off already. And then you need a journal or simply paper and pencil or paper and pen, right? So we got our cleansing tools. We have our Florida water, our candle, our journal, Post-its. I'm going to be using Post-its for this ritual. If you do not have access to Post-its, you can use paper. If you don't want to do that, you can use the notes function on your cell phone. Simple. Lastly, before we get into the really optional stuff, is crystals. I am going to use, you really have to think about what you're releasing during this full moon time and what crystals will correspond to that. For me, I'm going to be working with my little black tourmaline crystal because there's so much going on energetically, right? And I know that we're going to experience the highs and lows of that. And I want to be able to cultivate peace within myself. I need to have that inner peace. I need to be able to release anything that may be trying to attach itself to me. So I need that protective energy. And this is a protective stone. So I'm going to be using my black tourmaline for protection during this time. And then I'm going to be using my clear quartz. I'll cleanse this as well. And this is for clarity of the mind, cleansing of the mind, so that I'm able to really see perspective. Because when certain things come up, I want to be able to get the full picture. I want to be able to understand the multiple perspectives that may be at play during this time, right? I want to really utilize this learning opportunity to gather as much information as I can. So we have this learning energy with this full moon in Gemini, with all of these 12s, which already bring a lot of learning energy with just from a numerological standpoint. So I want to be able to receive it. I want to be able to hear it, right? So I don't want any fog. I don't want any mental fog. So those are the two crystals that I'm going to be working with during this time. My rose quartz and my aventurine I'm going to be using for the next new moon. But for this one, I'm just going to stick to my black tourmaline and my citrine, okay? So, cleansing tools, Florida water, candle, Post-it, journal and pen. And then lastly, if you're going to take a spiritual bath, this is only if you feel led to take a spiritual bath. I am not taking a spiritual bath during this time. I'm going to wait again to new moon time to take my spiritual bath. But if you want to take a spiritual bath, then you can go and get some essential oil. This is the lavender oil, which I love. Again, from metaphysical stores, crystal shops, Whole Foods, sometimes like vitamin shops and things like that may have essential oils, grocery stores, and then rose petals. I like to incorporate rose petals in my spiritual bath. So if you're going to take a spiritual bath and you feel like you just need to cleanse spiritually with the water, then you can get you some essential oils and some rose petals. And I will talk about the steps of how to take a spiritual bath in a minute. Okay, so now those are the tools that you need. So now let's talk about the ritual. Step 1 is to cleanse yourself and your space that you're going to be working in. So you're going to light your Palo Santo stick or your sage, and you can do any chanting or any saying or mantra, whatever cleansing verbiage you want to use, right? I like to say air, fire, water, earth, cleanse, dismiss, dispel. I got that from a website a few years ago. I don't remember what it was, but air, excuse the accent, okay? Air, fire, water, earth, cleanse, dismiss, dispel. And I just take this and I just kind of go around. Air, fire, water, earth, cleanse, dismiss the spell. And I kind of hit my chakra points: air, fire, water, earth, cleanse, dismiss the spell, right? Go around my arms, all the way down my body, around my back, under my feet, and I just cleanse myself, right? And then I cleanse my space. And same thing: air, fire, water, earth, cleanse, dismiss the spell. Invite peace and love. Air, fire, water, earth, cleanse, dismiss the spell. Invite peace and love, right? And then I like to invite and welcome any deities, any ancestors, any spirit guides, guardian angels who will assist me at this time. And speak to the moon god, talk to the moon god, right? Invite the moon god into your space, into your presence during this time. So you cleanse first, then you invite. Okay? Jesus Christ, whoever you feel led to call on, that's what you want to do during that time. So after you finish cleansing, I'm going to take my crystals, which will already be cleansed. So let me back up a bit. My crystals I'm going to cleanse because the full moon starts, for me in LA, it starts at 9/12 December 11th, right? That's 12/12 East Coast time, okay? So, because of that, I am going to use that time to cleanse my crystals and charge my crystals under the full moon. I'm going to do the ritual on 12/12 Thursday, right? So, I'm going to cleanse the crystal. I'm probably going to use my Palo Santo stick and go around my crystals, cleansing them, and then I'm going to charge them at my windowsill. I'm going to leave them overnight to charge from the moon, get the moonlight energy to charge my crystals on December 11th, that night, right? So that way Thursday, when I get ready to do my ritual, my crystals are cleansed and charged. You can do whatever cleansing, charging method you want to do. Look it up. There's plenty of them. You figure out what kind of crystals you have and what is going to work best for you. But that's what I'm going to do. I'll use my Palo Santos. I'll cleanse them. You can also use salt water. You can put sea salt and water in a cup, and you can sit your crystals there for a few hours, 2 to 4 hours, I would say. And then you can sit them on the windowsill, or you can sit them directly outside to get that moon energy, right? Okay, so we've done our cleansing. Our crystals are ready to go. I'm going to take my crystals. I'm going to sit them beside me. I'm going to take my candle. My candle will also be cleansed already. I'll wipe this down with my Florida water. I'll go around it with my Palo Santo stick, right? Cleansing everything that I use, right? And I want this crystal to help purify my energy. I want this candle, I want it to help to bring up anything that I need to release as we're getting ready to do the next step. So I'll set that intention in this candle to be a cleansing candle and to be a candle to help me to release, right? So I'm going to light it, and I'm going to have my crystals, and I'm going to get my journal, and I'm going to sit. Ideally, if you can, you want to be in view of the moon. If you can't, that's fine. You don't have to go running around searching for it. But if you can't be, if you can't see the moon, then you can like just journal like near a window or have a viewpoint of a window, right? If you can. And you're going to do what I'm calling reflective thoughts. So let me get some water, honey. Thirsty. That's that communication. I try to mess up my communication already. In fact, I'm titling this entire ritual reflective thoughts because you really want that self-awareness right now. It's what's so key and pivotal. It's so much energy going on, and the energy is going to be the momentum is going to be so high at the end of the month, shifting into 2020. So right now, It may feel a bit rough, but just understand that all of that stuff is coming up for you to release so that you can pivot into the next year. Because that is what the energy is presenting at this time. Just get with it, right? So this entire ritual is called reflective thought. So this next step is going to be journaling, and you're going to get your journal. So you can, there's a number of different ways you can do this. You can do your reflective journaling for the past year, the past quarter, the past month, whatever you feel is necessary for you. I want to journal on what may be hidden that I have not fully realized, or what I may realize but I am not actively releasing, right? So I want to do a subconscious journaling exercise, right? So my title of my journal entry is going to be my all-time favorite, Subconscious Mind, I welcome you to write through me now. Subconscious mind, I welcome you to write through me now. Now, if you choose not to use that entry and you just simply want to subconsciously journal for the past month, so to speak, what has been my experience during this past month? What has been my experience during this past quarter? What has been my experience during this past year? Those will be your journal titles, right? You want to title it, right? It is important to title your journals because that's the energy that you want to write through. For me, again, my title is Subconscious Mind, I welcome you to write through me now. Because I just want to get wherever it may be there lingering up and out so that I'm aware. And when you do this exercise, no matter which one you choose, you want to make sure you're not pausing to think about what to write. You're simply letting the pen flow, right? It's just nonstop. Let the words flow. No matter what they say, if your handwriting starts to change, whatever, let it flow. Let it flow and get it out, right? Then you want to, once you're done journaling, what I am going to do is take that, because these are the things that I need to release. I'm going to take it. I may tie it up because this is about tying up those loose ends. So I may actually get string. I think I have some string in my room. Tie it up and literally throw it away. You can burn it, you can bury it, you can destroy it, you can throw it away, but get rid of it because you are going to physically release it, right? And that will be your symbolism to the energetic and spiritual releasing of the thing, right? So you have your cleansing tools, you've cleansed these things, you have your crystals that you're going to use as supportive tools, and you have your candle, and then you're going to journal. You're going to use whatever prompt you want to use, whatever journal entry you want to use, and you're going to free flow. You're going to just let it flow out. Then you're going to take it, tie it, burn it, put it in the ground, put it in the sea. I'm just going to tie mine up. I'm going to take it downstairs and just put it in the big dumpster, right? And then I'm going to thank all of the deities, the spirit guides, Jesus Christ, the moon god. I'm going to thank them for their presence, right? And then my last step for this particular ritual is mirror work. It is so important because like I said, I'm titling this entire ritual reflective thoughts, okay? So I'm going to go to the mirror and I'm going to reflect. I'm going to look at myself. And I got this idea because I knew I wanted to do mirror work. I was just talking to a friend about mirror work the other day. And then while I was thinking about what type of ritual to do at this time, reflective thoughts kept coming up to me. And I said, reflective thoughts. Oh, reflection. Okay, we need to incorporate mirror work at this time. Then today, I got my email from the universe. I get these little notes every day. And it was all about the mirror. I'm like, what? So it was like all this confirmation that this is an important step. So please don't skip this step. This mirror work is very important. And we're gonna get to the read in just a few minutes, guys. I didn't expect the this portion of the video to be this long, but hey, whatever. So you're gonna go to the mirror, and this is a method from Louise Hay with Hay House, and what she talks about mirror work a lot. She talks about self-love. She talked about self-love a lot. And so there are 3 components to this: love, forgiveness, commitment, right? Because that is what this full moon is about. Releasing things, forgiving yourself for those things that you may still be holding on to, and then literally setting a new path. What are you now going to commit to after this, right? So there are 3 components: love, forgiveness, commitment. What do you love about yourself? You're going to go to the mirror. You're going to say those things. You can pick 3 to 5 things, or if you want to do just something unlimited, there's no right or wrong. I'm going to do 3 to 5 myself. 3 to 5 things that I love about myself. This can be, I love my eyes. I love my car. I love my scarf. I love my breast. Literally whatever floats your boat. I love my voice. I love my singing voice. I can't sing. I'm just giving examples, right? I love my teeth. Whatever. Find the things that you love about yourself, right? It can be personality traits. It can be physical attributes. I guess I shouldn't have said car, because that's more like a outside thing. Try to make it personal to you. Then 3 to 5 things, or how many of you want to do, that you forgive yourself about. Because we just released all of this stuff, right? And it is not about blame or guilt. It is not about feeling sorry for yourself. It's simply about awareness. So now that you know that these things are at play, let's forgive and release and move on, right? Forgiveness starts from within, from self first, right? So what do you forgive yourself for? I forgive myself for procrastination. I forgive myself for not thinking that I'm enough. I forgive myself for negative body messages. Whatever the case may be. What do you forgive yourself for? 3rd component. What are you going to now commit to? 3 to 5 things. I'm going to commit to self-care. I'm going to commit to today, like now. Like, what are you going to commit to that's going to propel you into 2020? This is not about a New Year's resolution. This is not about what you're going to do weeks from now. This is what you're going to start committing to right now. I'm going to commit to a daily spiritual practice, right? I'm going to commit to dancing in the mirror for 1 minute every day. Whatever it may be, whatever it looks like to you. I'm going to commit to literacy books. Whatever it looks like for you. So you have what you love about yourself, what you're going to forgive about yourself, and what you're going to commit to, right? That is the mirror work portion. You can do this if necessary for multiple days. You can repeat this in the mirror for multiple days during this time, because like I said, there's energy, and you may have to forgive yourself every day over the next few days. That is fine. Utilize these tools, okay? One more thing I want to add about that. No. Let me talk about the spiritual bath, because that's the last part of the ritual. Again, I'm not doing a spiritual bath, but if you feel that you need it, please feel free to do it. Listen to your body, listen to spirit, and do it. If you have a tub, then of course you would bring your bath water. If not, you can do this in the shower. You can take a spiritual shower, and you just simply want to take your candles and your crystals, move them over now to the tub. If you want to, you can put rose petals in the tub. If you're going to get the rose petals, you're going to run the water. You're going to put a few drops of your essential oil in the water, and you're going to soak. This is not about actually washing your body with soap and water. You want to already be clean, so to speak. Is somebody coming? Sorry, I thought I heard a noise. So, you want to be clean already. If you're going to do a shower, then make sure you've already cleansed yourself before you start the spiritual shower portion, right? Same thing with the shower. You can put the roses at the bottom of the shower, and then you can put a few drops of the essential oil just around like the flooring area. You can also use your Florida water at this time and set your intentions with the Florida water to help you to release what no longer serves you. So I release procrastination. I release low self-esteem. I release lack of confidence. I release rudeness. Whatever the case may be, whatever you're releasing, you want to you can be intentional with your Florida water for that in the tub or in the shower, right? So then you're going to get in, you're going to soak, and you're going to breathe in cleansing, healing light. You can call on Archangel Raphael at this time. He's the Archangel of Healing. You can call on the Angel of Healing at this time. Call on their presence to be with you during this bath to bring about this healing and to help you with the releasing process. So you're breathing in this healing, cleansing light, and you're breathing out what you're releasing, what no longer serves you. You're breathing that out. So you're visualizing this healing light, this cleansing light coming in, and all of that negative dark light going out. Or just the whatever you're releasing. It may not necessarily be quote unquote dark, but it's something that no longer serves you. You're breathing it out, transmuting it into the light, right? That's the process. You want to do that for a few minutes, not extremely long, as long as your heart desires though, right? And then you're going to simply get out. Now again, I'm not doing that spiritual bath for this particular moon cycle, this moon phase, but if you so feel inclined, you should definitely partake, okay? Now, because like I said, we have all of these things going on with the planet. This numerology is like bam, bam, bam. Everything is just happening at once. We have this full moon coming. That, like I said, the energy is going to be a bit intense. So anytime that you feel like you're slipping, right? If something happens that affects your communication, or it affects your love life, or it affects your finances, or it affects your inner peace, right? Whatever may go on. This is also a mantra from Louise Hay. I got from this other girl on YouTube today. This lady. And this is what I'm going to use my post-its for. My post-its, the post-its are tools to help you during any moment of doubt, any moment that you may slip, any difficult moment that this full moon in Gemini may present. This post-it is going to be reminders. You're going to write reminders on it and mantras on it to help you through. And again, if you don't have this, you can use your phone, right? So the most important one that we're going to write down is, all is well. Everything is working for my highest good. And out of this situation, only good will come. And I am safe. That is a lot, but we need it. We need it during this time with all of this stuff going on. We need it. I'm going to repeat it again. All is well. Everything is working for my highest good. And out of this situation, only good will come. And I am safe. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. And out of this situation, only good will come. And I am safe. So, this is the way they suggest you use this. If something happens that affects you, you want to say it, you want to repeat it. If something huge happens that affects you, you want to repeat it, right? Get that energy into your system, into your your energy starts to shift around the stimuli, the thing that just happened to you, whatever that may be, whatever effect or whatever change that has happened to you over the course of this full moon. Utilize this mantra to help you through it. Whatever happens to you, press pause, pull out your post-it. Your post-it is going to read, all is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. And out of this situation, only good will come, and I am safe. Okay? I am thirsty. This video is long. Okay, so then with your post-its, you can write any additional supporting mantras that you feel will help you during this time. Post them on your mirror so that when you're doing your mirror work, you can see them. You can see them every morning when you wake up over the next few days. Post them around your bedroom. Put them on your phone. Have little pop-up reminders on your phone, just so that you have that support throughout the day as these things are happening to us, as we are stepping into different revelations about ourselves. We're going deeper with our self-awareness, right? You're going to need it. Trust me. Trust me. Tired. So that is the ritual. And let me know if you have any questions. You can email me. You can comment below your questions. Let me see if there's anything that I missed. If not, we're going to move on to the reading. Woo! Excuse me. It is so crazy. The communication is already... The effects of the communication, I can feel it already. My throat is itchy, scratchy. So you could really, you do some throat chakra meditations at this time too. YouTube is your best friend. Literally, you can YouTube throat chakra meditation. So guys, I'm going to set the camera up differently, and then we're going to get into the reading. All right. See you in a bit. Hello guys, so here is part 2 of the full moon in Gemini video. This is the pick a card reading, and let's just get right into it. So you have 3 choices, and what you want to do now at this time is close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, and you want to ask Spirit which message is for you during this full moon in Gemini time. You have message 1, message 2, message 3. And open your eyes, and you just want to pick the pile that draws to you the most. 1, 2, 3. Alright, hopefully you've made your decision. If not, press pause. Okay, let's move 3 and 2 out of the way. Alright, let's get right into number 1. So, what we have here is I pulled a God and Goddess card to see which God or Goddess is around you, supporting you at this time. I pulled a card to ask what is coming up for you at this time. Then I asked, what do you need to release? And then I asked for any additional messages that may be present at this time. Okay, so let's just see what we have here. We'll get into the God and Goddess last. So let's see here what you have. You got to do some research. So, What needs to be released? You need more information about the situation. Look into it further before proceeding. I feel as though for you, number ones, two things, and that is so trippy that I'm feeling these two different energies because this Gemini full moon. I really feel the hot and cold of this. I feel like literally half of you overanalyze and the other half of you do nothing. Either way, that's not going to work. This full moon is going to challenge those of us who feel as though we have to work hard, right? And then also at the same time challenge those who feel like, oh, blah, 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 I'm just a butterfly, right? Because that's not really reality, right? There is an in-between with that, right? And sometimes we have to be in that in-between space. You don't want to overwork yourself, but you also don't want to underwork yourself and just say, oh, it's all up to the universe, right? Because there comes a time where you do have to take certain actions, right? So both of those notions are being challenged and brought forth at this time. And it's interesting that I feel both of those energies now with this do some research card. So what you need to release, number one, is where you pick which one do you identify with. Are you the overworker? Are you the underworker? Right? And then why? Why is that? Let's look further into that, into why you fall into one of those categories. And then once you are aware of that, then you can work around it. Because is it limiting beliefs that are preventing you from taking action? Or is it limiting beliefs, or do you have this idea around working hard will equal X amount of results, right? Either way, you have to be aware of your behavior patterns, and then you have to work to release those. Release those to the universe, right? What do you need to release? What do you need to know? What is being revealed to you? Oh, wow. Look at that. Strength. Strength, number ones. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, whatever it is that you feel that you need, you have the capability to do this. This inner work that is being required at this time, you have the ability and the strength and the support to see it through. Okay? These challenging moments, these challenging times that are going to present themselves during this full moon and Gemini season, you will overcome. That is so beautiful. Additional message the Spirit may have for you. Look at this, Six of Swords. Six of Swords. What is it that you're not seeing and committing to? There's some sort of lack of commitment, or your commitment is in other areas that are not in alignment with your goals and with where you are, right? Because with the Six of Swords, it's about a path, it's about a journey, right? You can see the castle in the background. They're trying to get to this journey, right? And you can see they're kind of at a distance from it. So if that's your perspective right now on where you are and where you're trying to go, that has to shift, right? Because if it feels as though there's this huge gap between where you are and where you want to go, that leaves space for doubt and uncertainty. And then that brings you to procrastination, right? This underworking thing, or working hard in one area while neglecting another area, right? We circle right back around to this energy, right? So you have to shift your perspective. That's what this full moon is doing. It is bringing up those things that we have to shift, because it's bringing up old patterns. Old patterns. My friend always gets on to me about the way I say pattern. Whatever. It's bringing up those old ideals, right? And you have to switch that. You have to tell yourself another story. My dream is my reality. My dream is now, right? I'm going to take one step and the universe will meet me with step two, right? I have the strength to do this. I have the willpower to do this. I have the determination to do this, right? That's the energy that you have to be in to get you from point A to point B to point C. Understand? So sometimes there is effort, but sometimes that effort really is flow, right? So you have to know. You have to know when to go. You have to know when to flow, right? And you have to be diligent. You have to be diligent in your action taking, right? You have to be diligent in hearing the voice of spirit, right? So you have to release this overworking in other areas that are not in alignment with you. Or for the other half of you, you have to release this underworking because you're just this beautiful butterfly and all things come to you, right? That's not reality. Reality is inspired action. You want to speak from a space of inspiration. You want to take action from a place of inspiration, right? You can and you will, though. With this Six of Swords, you can and you will. The Six of Swords is about a journey, so you're on your way. And you're being equipped and blessed right now with the strength to see you through. What God or Goddess do you have? Sri Vishnu. Sri Vishnu is the maintainer of the universe. Can you see that? Sri Vishnu, the maintainer of the universe. Blesses you with the illumination of the heart, achieving all success in life. Come on. I said it. You will get this. You have the strength and the capability to do this. Blesses you with welfare for one's family and true reverence for life. Come on. Come on, please. So, what you need to do with this, you need to get this deity's name written down. And you need to do your own due diligence and research. Research this deity and how you can incorporate this deity's presence in your life. Begin to chant with this deity during this full moon time and really embody this energy, this illumination of the heart, this success in life, right? This welfare for family, right? You want to embrace that strength and embrace that spiritual support right now. What I like to do with these cards is I like to do the chanting, and depending on my goal, I will YouTube the deity's chant or mantra, and I will listen to it, and then I will learn it, and then I start to repeat it. Especially when I start to feel crazy throughout the day, I repeat it instantly in the moment 40 times. And it's something about the number 40. It literally shifts the energy. So I invite you to do that. But whatever way you want to work with this deity, if you want to set up an altar space, if you want to just YouTube the mantra and just listen to it every morning, or listen to it in the car, or if you want to learn it and then start to repeat it throughout the day, whatever you want to do, the choice is yours. But this is who is showing up for you at this time, number ones. Okay? All right, so let me know if you have any questions, my dears. Number 2. All right. So, we have, we'll get to your deity last. What do you need to release at this time? Moving. Moving is a step in the right direction for you. This is transition. This card is talking about transition for you, number 2s. Number 2s, you need to release. First of all, you need to release, for some of you, you need to release the idea that you cannot have what it is that you desire, right? If it is a different living situation, right? Or just within your own space, a different situation. So maybe a new partner or just a strengthened relationship, right? Whatever it is that you are desiring, there's blockage here with this card that I'm feeling. That there's this, you feel as though you can't have it or you can't achieve it, but the desire is in your heart. So how can you not achieve something that's in your heart that doesn't even make sense, right? You just need to trust and you need to flow. You need to trust and you need to flow. And you really need to identify the separation here. What is this blockage and why is it there? And how can we remove it? That's what this full moon is bringing up for you. Why do you feel that you cannot achieve your desires? Why do you feel that you cannot make the necessary transitions to bring your life into fullness? Right? That's what you need to explore and release at this time, okay? What is it revealing to you? The Seven of Pentacles. Okay, look, this is future planning. Seven of Pentacles is all about future planning. This is a resourceful card, right? So there's this idea that you have. This is the Pentacles card. So we're talking about money and tangible things, home life, money, finances, creativity, all of that. So you have to look around you at the resources around you and what's available to you, right? Because you may be viewing something that is very effective as ineffective, right? And you may not be capitalizing and maximizing the opportunities that are in front of you. So this card is saying, with your future goals, look around you at your current circumstances and gather your resources. Okay? Any additional messages? You got the Fool card. You need to be brave. You need more courage, right? The Fool is literally as it is. What it says is it's a fool. Like you do foolish things, right? Because you're not so tied to outcome, right? You don't have such a tight grasp on life. You're just flowing and you're doing it for the enjoyment of it. And that's the energy that you need to be in at this time. Get back to the joy, right? Because if you have an idea, you have a desire and you're holding on to it, you're squeezing the life out of it. It's not productive for you or anybody around you, right? So you need to have your desire, but then you need to open your hand to let it flow, right? And you just need to see things from a different perspective. You need to see things from a more joyous viewpoint. Find the joy in creating the resources necessary to get you your goal, right? Allow that experience to be joyful for you, okay? What deity is here for you? You got Sita Devi, Sita Devi, Sita Devi, Sita Devi, the Queen of Chastity. Sita Devi, fidelity and love. Okay, come on now. Devotion to truth. All right. Penance and tolerance. Okay. Power to improve upon one's self. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all can't even see that. This deity blesses you with the power to improve upon oneself. The power to improve upon one's self. Okay? Let me read you this. I didn't do this for number ones, but I'm going to read you this meditation. This is what you would pray or say to this God or goddess, for you, this Queen of Chastity. I offer my reverence to Rama's beloved Sita, the source of the world's creation, maintenance and destruction, the remover of all miseries, and the bringer of all auspiciousness. Okay? So what you can do with this card number twos is you can go to YouTube and you can type in this deity's name and you can find this deity's chant or mantra and you can begin to repeat it every day during this full moon time. And when it really gets tough, you can repeat it. I like to repeat it 40 times. Something about the number 40. I repeat the mantra or the chant 40 times in that moment, right? You can journal with this deity, so you can literally write out this deity's name. Sita Devi, I welcome you to write through me now. You want to really invite this deity's presence into your life at this time. This is who's showing up for you to offer you spiritual support and guidance at this time. So don't skip out on this. This is a very important part of the process of your releasing during this full moon in Gemini time. Okay? Alright, number twos. Oh, wait, I didn't show y'all the imagery. Okay. Number threes. Number threes. Alright. Let's see what spirit is presenting to you. We'll do your deity last. Okay. What do you need to release at this time? Wow. Okay. Your connection with children is part of your life's purpose. And that came up in the what you need to release spot. Now, what I'm feeling from this number threes is almost three things. But for one, the main thing is there's this immature or childish behavior, or people have told you that about yourself, right? Or you feel that way about yourself. Regardless, there has to be a transition period. Whether these are your own ideas or things that people have reflected upon you, or if it is exactly your actual behavior, something has to shift within your belief system or your behavior at this time. So there's this idea, there's this notion, right, that there's this evolution, right, for you at this time where you are being shifted into adulthood. No matter the age, no matter how old you are, spirit is shifting you into a deeper level of maturity. So this could be financial maturity, emotional, relationship maturity, right? Physical maturity, whatever the case may be, there's a maturity transition that you are going through at this time, right? May not feel the best, but it's going to be worth it, and it's going to help you and benefit you for 2020. What is being revealed to you? The King of Cups. Now this is what you call some mature energy, okay? This, now I'm feeling more, this is in alignment with actually emotion, but I'm feeling finance. What do you got in your additional messages? Oh, you got the Four of Wands. That's self-discovery, okay? Come on, you're on a journey of maturity. Discovering more about yourself, your capabilities. Because there's this idea that when we're children, like, we're taken care of for the most part, right? When you get into adulthood, you're kind of off on your own. You have to find your own path, right? You have to identify who you're going to be as an adult, right? And some people do that early on. Sometimes it takes people a while. Right now, the energy is shifting you to get into this now, right? But relationship wise, for a lot of you, you're in this transitional period. So maybe you were a person who like to sleep around, or you like to date multiple people, but now it's like you're being called into harmony with life, right? So for a lot of you, it could be time to settle down, or it's time to just identify who you are to be, who you want to be in a relationship, so that you can meet your equal, so that you can meet your person, and then maybe have some children, okay? And then what does that even look like? What does that transition look like for you? You have to identify what is blocking you from this next level of maturity. Yeah. What I'm also feeling though with this card is some of you are too, and see, that's that Gemini energy, y'all. That's that hot and cold. Because while on one hand, some of you are going through this maturity process, on the other hand, some of you are too mature. right? Some of you need to lighten up and play a little bit more. Here goes this Four of Wands card, right? You need to get together with some friends. You need to introduce some play. You need to go see a movie, go see a play, right? Go take a dance class, right? Something where you can rejuvenate yourself, rejuvenate the youthful parts about yourself, right? Because we all have to press pause sometimes. Some of you are just too focused at this time, right? And you need to release seriousness. And that's how this Gemini full moon is going to be for some of it. It's literally like that flip energy, those perspectives that I was talking about earlier, right? So you pick which one resonates with you and then you act accordingly, okay? And then for your deity, you got the goddess of purification. Yamuna Devi. Yamuna Devi. Yamuna Devi, the goddess of purification. This deity blesses you with self-purification. Look at this. Seriously, y'all. The joy of divine playfulness. Are you kidding? Divine playfulness. Oh my gosh. Absorption in spiritual truth. Attachment to God's personal form. So what you need to do is you need to go to YouTube and type in this deity's name to see if you can find a chant or mantra associated with this goddess. And you need to begin to listen to it during this full moon process. Really invite this deity's presence into your daily life right now. And you can journal with this deity if you so feel inclined. So you will write the deity's name and you will say, Yamuna Devi, I welcome you to write through me now. If you're really going through if you're having a rough day or a rough moment, you want to be able to pull up the mantra or the chant and you want to be able to repeat it or listen to it at least 40 times. So you listen to the chant over 40 times or you learn the chant and you repeat it 40 times, right? But you want to invite this deity into your everyday presence. So the meditation says, O Yamuna, O daughter of the sun, you are the object of Krishna's love, the sunshine of eternal consciousness and bliss. Your body is the flowing liquid form of Brahman. You wash away all the world's sins and bring it auspiciousness. Please purify us. How beautiful is that? And that you can learn and you can pray and you can say it every day during this full moon process over the next 2 to 3 days. Okay? Yamuna Devi. All right, number threes. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. This video was really long, but I think it was really good and necessary for the time, the energy that is being presented right now. So again, if you have any questions, let me know. If you'd like to book any further readings, please find all of my information below in the description box. And otherwise, thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.